How effective is the combination of your media product and ancillary texts? The coursework. For my main product, myself, Eve and Jamie all filmed footage for a documentary. We edited our footage to create a crime documentary called Coventry Crackdown, the Westgate Robbery. My ancillary tasks, I created a newspaper advert and a double-page spread to support the documentary. In my opinion, my double-page spread was more effective than my newspaper advertisement due to the difference in the message it spread. Because the double-page spread had supporting interview articles with PC Jones, the audience could relate to it more. The newspaper advertisement. There is a continual theme of crime throughout all of my coursework elements. This starts with the news ad. The darker colour scheme I adopted defines the eeriness and devastation of the documentary itself. The lack of bright colours symbolises the dark stories told within the documentary. However, I believe a little more colour would have made it more aesthetically pleasing and attention-grabbing. The difference in font choice is effective as I attempted to mimic a typewriter font so it linked in with the titles and elements I used in my documentary. I personally think the sole use of black and white throughout the ad works really well with the genre, particularly and the masthead in the Coventry Crackdown title. I wanted to create a bold advertisement that supported the documentary well, and it aided the dark storyline of the documentary. I believe the advertisement justifies the documentary itself to be bland yet thrilling at the same time. The double-page spread. In addition to my newspaper advertisement, the Coventry Crackdown double-page spread continues on with the colour scheme of black and white. I believe this to be more effective than the advertisement due to the close-up shots of the criminal Toby Westgate. The article is written in an interview format which is shown through the breakdown of the article itself. I also added the picture of PC Jones so the audience could fully relate to the written text as much as they could with the documentary and visualise it. The whole double-page spread is effective as the images match the titles and quotes and articles and points from the documentary and advertisement, so they are relayed over so they all coincide with one another. The documentary. Coventry Crackdown, the Westgate Robbery. Leading on from the supporting ancillary texts, I believe the documentary, interviews and reenactments to be the most effective part of it as a whole. This is because it links with the advertisement and double-page spread due to the close-up shots and information given on the victim, criminal and witness throughout. The interview with the witness is filmed in her home so she is comfortable, and as this is a distressing time for her. And the image of her is blurred out using a filter on iMovie as she wishes to remain anonymous, all to add to the effect of the documentary and atmosphere it presents. However, the police report given from PC Jones is shown on a dark background, so he stood out against it and looked authoritative. This also gives the indication of a interview room in a police station, and it just adds in with the theme of what I am trying to represent. The perpetual theme of darkness is also shown through the aforementioned reenactments. The dark stories they relay are spoken about through the supporting interviews and accounts from both the anonymous witness and the police report. In conclusion, I feel as if the documentary itself fits in very well with the promotional package due to the continual theme throughout, the advertisement, the double-page spread and of course the documentary. I believe my coursework is indeed effective, but it could also be more effective if I added more colour, clearer images, and also if I concentrated more on the editing of all aspects, such as the images used and the font used throughout, just so they all linked in perfectly and gave the best image and visualisation to the audience as possible. However, I wanted to challenge some conventions in the documentary itself, as I have listed in supporting PowerPoints, and some of the typical conventions used on a double-page spread and newspaper adverts, so they stood out more and were unique. Overall, my 3 pieces of coursework all coincide with one another and complement each other, as the theme represented throughout all pieces are the same because of the colour schemes used, aka black and white, the interviews that have been put on the double page spread from PC Jones and that are also shown in the accounts on the documentary itself, and of course the reoccurring images